Whoa! I just flung my phone on the ground. That was not very great. I'm scared to do the thumbnail situation here. Oh shoot, this is heavy. Books, 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 books. I need a drink. Daddy is thirsty. Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm bringing you my last book haul of the year. And probably the last book haul I'll be doing for a while on this channel. I don't want to say that I will never do a book haul again because I've said that before. And then look where I ended up, doing another book haul. But a lot of my haul or book unboxing content will be moving over onto my Instagram and TikTok, so find those linked down below. I just want to focus on doing different content on this channel moving forward in the new year, so look forward to that. But yes, RIP the book haul, but also not RIP because it's still gonna exist, just in a different format. I have some books that I picked up and was sent that I'm super excited about. I have a tower of Illumicrate boxes from past months that I have yet to unbox. So we're gonna unbox them together. Yes, I am behind. When am I not behind on unboxings? I am forever behind, and that's okay. Let's get into it. Where should I even start? Should I talk about a book? Should I open a box? I'm gonna talk about a book. The first book I have here is Dark Room Etiquette by Robin Rowe. Robin Rowe wrote one of my all-time favorite books, A List of Cages. This book right here, and let me tell you, it just completely came into my life and ruined my life in the best way. Like, I love this book so much. It's just devastating and heartbreaking. It made me feel a lot of feelings that I was not expecting to feel going into this book. I just looked at this book and I was like, oh, it's bright. It has yellow on the cover. It must be a bright and happy-go-lucky story. No, that is not the case. But you know what? It's okay. Because sometimes the books that break us are the ones that change us and stay with us. So it all works out. It has been a long time since A List of Cages came out, and we are finally getting a new book from Robin Rowe, and it's a pretty thick one. Like, it's a pretty lengthy book, which I'm okay with. This one also sounds like a bit of a dark book, hence the title literally having dark in it. Dark Room Etiquette. In it, we follow our main character, Sayer, who has been kidnapped and is fighting to survive. Throughout the story, we are following Sayer and his struggle to maintain what's real and what's fiction, what's made up. The lines are beginning to be blurred the longer that he is in captivity. I am just so excited for this book, even though it's like such a dark book, and like, how can you be excited for a dark book? But I just am. I just trust Robin Rowe. I know that she is a fantastic writer. I love her tone of writing. But then I just also love the way that her characters develop and grow throughout the story. And she's not an author that is afraid to put her characters through it, which obviously can be painful for the reader. Like, as the reader, you want to protect the characters in the book and you want to make sure that they're like living their best lives. But I like seeing them grow through hard situations. And this is obviously a very hard situation. Looking forward to getting to this one, even though I know that I will need to prep myself emotionally. Like, I need to start prepping myself right here, right now. Deep breaths, positive thoughts. Every little thing's gonna be all right. Next, let's do an Illumicrate box from our tower. In it, we have Demon in the Wood by Leigh Bardugo and art by Danny Pendergast. This is the Illumicrate edition of the graphic novel, so let's go over all the details. We've got the cover here, obviously. We've got these purple edges that are fantastic and match the cover fantastically. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. And then on the actual hardback of the book, it's got silver foiling, which is fantastic. And then on the back, it has a silver foiling illustration as well. I love it, I love it, I love it. This is a graphic novel adaptation of a short story that Leigh Bardugo had previously released, and I actually have not read it yet, so I'm looking forward to reading this. I always love when I get my hands on new Grishaverse content. I just feel like it's a world that's so vast and just lends itself to having lots of different stories within it. I'd be okay if she kept writing stories within that world. I don't know if she will, but I'd be okay with it. Sign me up, Leigh Bardugo. This story specifically follows the infamous The Darkling, and I really enjoy learning more about him, even though he is a very corrupt character. That's kind of what makes him interesting. I have friends who are ride or die fans of The Darkling, and I have friends who are ride or die haters for The Darkling, and I will never have both sets of friends in the same room. Nuh-uh. Never. Next in my stack of books, I've got Bloodmarked by Tracy Deonn. This is the sequel to Legendborn. This book right here, I'm currently reading this book. It's just literally taking me forever. Like, I don't remember the last time it took me this long to read a book, but it's taking me some time, and that's okay because I'm enjoying the process of reading it, and I'm enjoying the things that are going down within it. I actually posted about the fact that I was like reading this and enjoying it, and some of y'all slid into my DMs on Instagram and you were like, be for real. You're not enjoying that. Don't even lie to us. And I'm like, Y'all, I'm enjoying it. Why would I lie? To each their own, you know, but also respect. Where's the respect? Y'all can hate my favorite book and I will respect you. Y'all can read and love a book that I hate and I will respect you. Show daddy a little respect. The Legendborn series definitely follows that very like secret society, dark academia vibe. We follow Bree, whose mother passed away in a car crash, and she is actually attending UNC Chapel Hill for an early college program. One night, Bree witnesses this magical attack, which obviously kind of like shakes her to her core. She's like, what's going on here? Magic? She is then inducted into this secret society called Legendborn, this group of people that hunt down magical creatures. For me, I think the thing that kind of draws me to this is the atmosphere. Like, I feel like the atmosphere is executed really well, but then on top of that is the characters. I'm not the biggest massive fan of the plot. Like, it's there, it's fine, I don't hate it, but like the characters and atmosphere are the biggest thing keeping me invested in this story. And I'm definitely excited to see what happens in Bloodmarked. I just have to finish Legendborn, and it's taking me a minute to finish it. I don't know what it is either. I don't know, the end of the year is here, and like I feel like that should be a motivating thing to like make me want to read all the things to like hit my reading goal, but it's not. Let's do another box. I just realized I never explained what Illumicrate is, so let me explain a little bit. Illumicrate is a monthly bookish subscription service. You can do the book only option where you just get the book, or you can do the exciting fandom-y box where you get lots of fandom-y things and you get the book as well. The book is always my favorite part because they just do such a fantastic job on their editions of books. Like drool-worthy, make me want to cry, tattoo the covers on my body kind of editions. That's what they're producing. But I will leave more information on Illumicrate down below in the description. Go and check them out. This box is Knowledge is Power. First thing I'm seeing is this right here. It looks like a little pouch. Is it a pouch? What is this? It's got swords all over it. Oh, what is going on here? What is this? Y'all, I'm confused. I think this is a cup holder. Ta-da! I'm gonna read the cheat sheet and actually find out here. Oh, actually they're calling this a Knowledge is Carnage pencil case, which I feel like it could honestly be also a cup holder. I don't know why you would want to hold your cup in it now that I'm thinking about it, but it works as a cup holder and it's also a pencil case. So you just put all your pencils in there. Ba-bam. Next up in here, I'm seeing an enamel pin, which is inspired by the book Bunny, which I have heard so many controversial things about that book. I've heard people love it. I've heard people downright hate it and just do not understand it. So I kind of want to read it just because of that. Like, what is making people go so crazy over that book? That's always a draw for me. Ooh, that is a beautiful pin. We've definitely got tons of bunnies. The bunnies are hip-hop, hopping, taking over this pin, and I'm here for it. Love a bunny moment. Next up, we've got this, which I think I know what this is. It's one of their reading journals. They did a reading journal last year that was fantastic, like so detailed and just beautiful, and that's what they did here. Like, it's got illustrations throughout it. Hello? Illumicrate, are you kidding? They literally go all out for these like little reading journals that they include. Are you joking? This is stunning. Like, just the cover alone of this is stunning, and then the inside is just so beautiful and so detailed. I'm impressed. Now I just need to learn how to keep up with a reading journal. That is a goal of mine. Will I be able to do that? I don't trust myself. We'll see though. Maybe 2023 will be my year of the reading journal. Next up, I'm seeing this, an Illumicrate stamp set inspired by A Lesson in Vengeance. Oh, so it's like the, whoa. This would actually be really cool to use on the journal. So we've got these clear stamps. I actually really like stamps. I have a stamp that I stamp in some of my books that says from the library of Jesse the Reader, and I love it. Fantastic. Next up, I'm seeing the book. So let's get to it. The best part of Illumicrate's boxes. Ooh, she's plastic wrapped. Okay. Oh ho ho. I'm gonna have a stroke. I'm kind of speechless right now. Like, this is gorgeous. Let's do a close-up. So here's a close-up of the box case. It just has a beautiful illustration for the cover art of Babel, or Babel, however you want to say it. Then the book itself. On the front and back, we have the same image, but it's a tower. Then the sprayed freaking edges. On the top and the bottom, it's black, but then on the side, it's kind of got this like marbling effect. And then it says, an act of translation is always an act of betrayal. Then on the inside, we have more of the marbling effect. And then the book itself is signed by the author. Anyway, Babel, whatever you want to call it, is like the talk of the town these days. Everybody is reading and loving this book. It's essentially a dark academia book, and we follow this character who is taken from China to work at Oxford University in the translation section, and essentially they find magic within the words, but that magic is basically being used for evil, which is obviously bad, and we follow our character who is trying to kind of figure out the situation and get out of it in the best way that he can. That's probably not the most accurate description, but I think that's kind of like like the leading point of the story. And the last thing in this box is these bookmarks, which are of the characters from Babel. I don't know who anybody is yet, but here are the close-ups. They look like fantastic characters, and I'm excited to meet them when I read Babel. The next book I got my hands on is Wild is the Witch by Rachel Griffin. I read a book by Rachel Griffin pretty recently, actually in the month of October, called The Nature of Witches, and I freaking loved that book. It was sitting on my shelf for a while, and it was October, and it just felt like the right time to get around to it. I read it, I loved it, so I'm super excited to have this book in my hand. This story sounds really messy, which I'm really looking forward to. In it, we follow Iris, who is a witch, so we've got another witch story by Rachel Griffin. She oftentimes writes out these curses, but never like casts them. She just writes them out because she's mad, and she wants to write out these curses. But hearing that alone, I feel like you know where this is gonna go. Like, that is not a good idea. Like, stop writing out curses. You don't know what's gonna happen. So, essentially, this bird flies in and grabs one of the curses, and the bird is an amplifier, magical bird of some sort, and if this bird ends up getting killed, the curse will fall on the region and affect everybody within it. Stop writing down curses, Iris. So we essentially follow our main character as she scrambles to make sure that this curse does not get unleashed. I love chaotic stories like this where magic is involved because I just feel like I would be in the same situation. Just like knowing myself, knowing how I handle things in real life, I can't imagine my life with magic. Like, I would just cause a disaster. I am a walking disaster, and I feel like adding magic into the situation would not work out well for me. I'd probably be a lot like Iris here. I'd be having to scramble to put out lots of fires. The Nature of Witches had a stunning hardback, and I can kind of see hints of this hardback, so I want to see if it's pretty like The Nature of Witches. Okay, she's pretty. I'm here for it. We've got some like purpley foliage happening here, some feathers. The Nature of Witches one was better, but this one is still really nice. I like it a lot. Time for the next box. This is the September 2022 box, and it's the Book Devourers box. So this box is basically going to be about me because I'm a book devourer. Let's get into it. The first thing I'm seeing is this, which looks all kind of magical. It's like a tote situation. It's got books all over it. It's got plants all over it. It's got a quote on it, and it says, "Where is human nature so weak as in the bookstore?" T. In the cheat sheet, this is actually called a Books Are My Weakness book organizer, so you can kind of like organize your books in this little tote moment, and it keeps them together. Like, you can group a bunch of books together in it and display it on your bookshelf, which I really like the idea of this, especially if you've got some books that are ugly. Which is mean to say, but if they got like ugly spines and you don't want to display them, just shove them in here and put it on your shelf. Bada bing, bada boom. Next up, we've got a little box situation, which I'm pretty sure this means it's going to be one of their book pots. Ooh! Oh, this might be my favorite one they've done so far. Here it is up close. I love the color of this one. It's like some kind of ruby red, and I'm really into it. It says on it, an archive of great libraries. On the back, it says, journey through our greatest collections of knowledge. I am obsessed. Next up in here, I'm seeing this. There's actually another one that's just like it. Oh, they're ceramic plates. It literally says it on there. Spoiler, hello. This is giving spooky vibes. Look at that. I want to display this. Like, I need some kind of plate display, because there ain't no way I'm going to be eating off of this. Nuh-uh. I think not. We are displaying this beauty in some kind of way. And the next one, which is giving off such a different vibe, we've got a light versus dark situation here. I really like this one a lot. It's got like butterflies all over it and an open book and flowers. Like, this is beautiful. This is like my aesthetic versus my personality, honestly. The next thing I'm seeing in here is this Illumicrate reading prompt cards. So these are like TBR cards, I think. It says, for the indecisive bookworm who has way too many books. Was that an attack? I think it was. I love the idea of TBR cards. It says the oldest book on your TBR, a book you've been wanting to reread, a book that has been adapted into a movie or a TV show, a book with a color in the title. These are really fun. I definitely think it's a great way to kind of like spice up your reading life. If you just don't know what to read, you can draw a card and pick out a book based on the prompt you picked out. I'm really into this idea. And finally, it's time for the book. Ooh, the book is The Book Eaters. Oh, no way. Okay. Reel it in. We're gonna go over the details here. Got the stunning cover here, as you can see. And the thing that had me shook was the freaking sprayed edges. That is beautiful. Then we got the inside pages, which are really nice. And then the actual book has almost like an alternative cover on it. And I really like the art style on it. It's kind of giving me Tim Burton vibes. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know anything about this book, but let me read about it real quick. Okay, so this is actually really fascinating. It takes place in a world where book eater families exist, and essentially they like feed on stories. It says the story is of Escape, a mother's savage devotion and a queer love that will electrify readers looking for something thrilling, strange, and new. I'm definitely looking forward to giving this one a go. I've got one more book and one more box. The last book that I picked up recently is called Hooky. This is volume 2. I read volume 1 in the month of October. Actually, I read it for a little bit longer than that. I started it in like September and then finished it in October. But the second I started reading Hooky volume 1, I fell in love with it. It was like love at first page. I was like, oh yeah, this is exactly the kind of story that I like. In it, we follow siblings who one day miss the bus to magic school, and they're like, okay, we're just not gonna go to school, we'll play hooky. But little do they know, that throws them into a complete world of chaos, basically making people who are of their own world thinking that they're against them, so now the people of their world are against them. It's madness, like just chaos from the beginning. And we follow them on this grand adventure and they meet lots of people along the way. Lots of really interesting characters and it's just overall really fun. The character designs remind me of like the Addams Family a little bit, but if you just love magical enchanting stories with lots of interesting and fun characters, I definitely recommend checking out this series. It's actually free on Webtoon, so if you want to start reading it today, you can access it for free online. I am just a slave to capitalism and I had to have the book. So I must say I was a little irritated when this arrived because I think that these series switched publishers from volume 1 to volume 2, so the quality is a little bit different with this book, and it's not as nice as volume 1, which makes me a little bit sad, but it's okay. It's not okay, but it's okay. And finally, it's time for the last Illumicrate box. It's the October box, and it's called From Beyond Death. Ha 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 ha. The first thing that I'm seeing immediately is what I believe is a blanket. Wait, it literally says Strange the Dreamer blanket. I can read, I promise! Ooh, okay, I see you. Next up, I'm seeing this, which I assume is a set. This looks like their teacup and saucer collection. They've been doing this for a while now. This is Hades and Persephone. Oh ho ho, slay, slay, slay. That is just fantastic. I love this collection that they're doing. I love seeing the different designs that they come up for the different themes, and this one is executed so well. I just need to like actually use these teacups because I think they're just so pretty that I never want to use them, you know? But I should use them. Next up, I'm seeing this. Ooh, we've got some Grishaverse art. Actually, this is not Grishaverse, is it? This is Ninth House. Wrong universe! Wrong universe. This is Ninth House themed, and it's a paper craft kit. So essentially, you can craft together this like really cool paper art situation. They've done this in the past before. I've yet to actually complete one of the kits, but it's my goal to get around to a few of them. I absolutely love the artwork for this one as well. It's super nice, so I'm looking forward to completing this. And the last thing in here we have is the book. The best part. Holy crap. Okay, so this is the Whispering Dark. Let's look at the aesthetic. As you can tell, I saw something that stunned me. So we've got the cover itself here, which is really nice. The top and the bottom have black sprayed edges, but then you turn it on to the side and you get this stunning floral effect on the side, which is just fantastic. You open up the book and see this incredible design with the end papers. Like, this is amazing. I'm obsessed. The actual hardback of the book has pink foiling, which is really nice. And then under the cover, you have this really cool image with some of the characters from the book. Actually, it's like an alternate cover. So you can turn the cover inside out and use this cover if you like it more than the actual cover. I've never heard of this book, but I'm excited that Illumicrate has put it on my radar. In this book, we follow our main character who is deaf and has spent her whole life feeling like people undermine her because of that. And she's super excited the day that she gets into this elite program at a university that basically trains people to slip between parallel worlds. That alone has me really excited. I've always loved the idea of parallel worlds, and I love when that comes into play in books. One of my favorite mangas is Orange. If you know anything about Orange, it deals with like parallel worlds, and I'm super excited to see how that element alone comes into play within this book. I'm so looking forward to this. I just noticed that the petals on this flower have skulls in them. That's so fascinating. I love this cover so much. That is it for my last book haul, book unboxing on this channel for this year and for the foreseeable future. I definitely will end up doing a haul in the future, just not anytime in the near future. If you want to see more book haul, book unboxing content, be sure to follow me over on Instagram and TikTok. I'm at jessethereader. I'm definitely going to be moving my book unboxings and book mail stuff over onto those platforms. Let me know down below in the comments if you guys have read any of the books that I mentioned in today's video, or just let me know down below in the comments some books that you've picked up recently. I want to hear from you guys down below in the comments. If you like this video, be sure to go and hit that like button. If you want to see more bookish content from me, be sure to go and hit subscribe or go and hit that bell icon, and you'll be notified every time I post new videos. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope your day is bright, the tomorrow is brighter. Keep reading what your heart desires, and I will see you soon with a new video. Bye, yo!